Hi, this is Mark Nedro. I'm going to give you a couple of stories that I think would be interesting for you and something you most likely won't pick up in other news sources. Uh, this is Newsweed.com. Remember, it's never as it seems. Um, in Tampa, Florida, excavation work is underway at a construction site in Largo, Florida, as authorities investigate a tip that cold case disappearance of at least two women who went missing decades ago. Retha Hares is seen in a photo posted by the sheriff's office, and they are looking for her in that spot. Pinellas County Sheriff's Office forensic units are at a site located at 1200 block of Gooden Crossing. The sheriff's office confirmed it was conducting an excavation while investigating a tip about three cold cases. The cases involve Retha Hares, who disappeared in 1982, and Danielle Johnson, who disappeared in 1989. Dana Hears, who was 14 years old when her mother disappeared, said that she hopes the investigation will finally bring the family some answers. We need closures. These three families, they need closure, said Ayers. The sheriff's office said it was also investigating whether the site was linked to the disappearance of Margaret Dash, who went missing in 1974. However, Clearwater police, who have been investigating her appearance, says it did not appear to be her in this dig. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office identified a suspect in the missing persons cases, but says the man has died because he has never charged in connection with cases. He's not being named. The Sheriff's Office said its detectives and forensic experts were expected to be at the site throughout the day. At least they can give us some background information on what he was about. There was some breaking news today from the Supreme Court. Um, Thursday, June 30th, 2022, the Supreme Court ruled that the Environmental Protection Agency exceeded its legal authority to regulate power plants. The court ruled 6-3 against the power grab and said it exceeded the agency's authority under the Clean Air Act. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the opinion, joined by Justices Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. Justice Elena Kagan dissented, joined by Justice Stephen Breyer and Sonia Sotomayor. Justice Gorsuch wrote a concurrence joined by Alito. Biden is not happy, and neither are all the other people that were trying to really harass people doing business in the oil business as well as the energy creation business. Another Supreme Court decision came down last Friday, as you know, the Roe versus Wade. So President Biden is considering an executive order. But there may be some legal problems to it. The Dobbs versus Jackson's Women's Health Organization ruling showed extreme ideology, according to President Joe Biden. Yet he has done nothing. Democrats in both chambers of Congress and progressive professors nationwide implored the president to take bold action to fight back against the recent Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade. So why does he hold back? Despite the apparent ignorance of dozens of Democrats inside the legislative process, even Joe Biden understands that abortion by executive order simply does not fall under his authority. More than 30 Senate Democrats signed a letter to the president demanding he lead a national response to this devastating decision. Progressive lawyers and college professors are racking their brains trying to find some handhold for executive power. Lawmakers from Senate, House, and alike suggest executive overreaches that, if the president could manage them, would negate the purpose of having any branch of government but the executive. One suggestion, yet again making the rounds, is for President Biden to end the legislative filibuster. There are exactly two ways to change the rules of either the House of Representatives or the Senate: a vote in that chamber or an amendment to the Constitution, with the latter, of course, being considerably harder to achieve. This is a terrible story, actually. You know, when you apply for a gun license, you give all your information. Well, apparently California released everybody's information, name, address, telephone number, so forth. Just last week, California gun owners learned they would get a fair chance at being licensed to carry firearms. The Supreme Court decision in New York State Rifle and Pistol v. Bruin applied nationwide, ensuring that those who meet the state requirements for a carry license shall be granted one and will no longer be subject to the whims of the local authorities. What was a celebratory moment for all who understand the value of practical self-defense is now a nightmare for those who already possess licenses in the Golden State. On June 27th, California Attorney General Rob Bonta released the personal information of everyone in the state with a concealed carry card. Along with a press release unironically titled, Attorney General Bonta releases new firearms data to increase transparency and information. Sharing, Bonta's office posted updates to the firearms dashboard portal. There sure was a great deal of transparency in the release for the California Department of Justice. That's an abbreviated news for you today, but it's certainly some stories that should interest you. And remember, it's never as it seems. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm taking it easy. I did not read every newspaper I could find today. Thanks, and have a wonderful evening.